Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I am lounging on my couch right now in a very comfortable position. Can you see my cute little bookshelf? If I am literally just laying on my couch. Um, as these vlogs go, they're just gonna get more and more comfortable. You guys are just gonna feel like you're hanging out with me at home. I hope you already do. I wanted to talk today about vulnerability and putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and why it's so essential to grow and to live your best life, because I think it's something that it never gets old, right? We are constantly having to push ourselves even further. And the thing I noticed about me and my friends is that I just had a conversation with my amazing guy friend Mark, who has an amazing Instagram called Create the Love. If you haven't checked it out, he just spews some beautiful wisdom on relationships. But we were talking about what was going on for us recently, and just naturally what came up for us was, areas where we were trying to be more vulnerable. And we were both like, yeah, we know, if we're feeling really vulnerable, if it's feeling uncomfortable, then that's an area that we need to push towards, because there's gold there, and that's the next step. So I wanted to share with you some areas where I feel really vulnerable to hopefully make you feel, not alone, and realize that, wherever you are in the game, there's always the next level of uncomfortableness or vulnerability to push through. And two things, well, my biggest vulnerability, honestly, when it comes to my business especially, but really always in life, is really selling, honestly, or even that. I mean, asking for money. I would even go so far as to say that, because recently I've been doing something that I'm really excited about, that I did not realize was so out of my comfort zone, right? I decided that I wanted to build a home for a family in Nicaragua. And this year, when I was making my financial goals, I realized that, hey, I want to build this home. I want to build a home or a school, or I want to do something in a third world country and, really give back. I feel so blessed to, have this, beautiful couch that I'm always vlogging to you from, and my awesome place here in Santa Monica, and my really nice life. And I thought, it was it's time to really get my hands dirty and find out how I can help out. And I've always been nervous to do that kind of thing, only because asking people for donations and for support in doing that feels really scary to me. So that, and also, whenever I do events and I do things like that, and I'm putting myself out there and constantly telling people about my work and saying, hey, come to this event. I really genuinely want people to come to the event. I want to see people in person, and I want to do more live events. And this is being so transparent and so honest with you guys right now. But the reason that I do a lot of live workshops and I do all these YouTube videos and stuff is because, not live workshops. The reason I do a lot of online workshops and YouTube videos is because it feels less vulnerable to me, because I get tons of people that sign up for my online workshops, and it's no problem. And I think a lot of that is because I'm not nervous about it, because even if there was some rare fluke where only a few people signed up, nobody would know that only a few people signed up. It's not like I would go to a studio and there'd be 2 people there. And early on when I was starting out, that happened once. So I did a live event, and it was only 3 people that showed up. And I still did it, of course, and I did it full out, and they had an awesome time, and it was really great. It was a really intimate, powerful event. But it really made me nervous to put myself out there again, because I felt that people weren't going to show up for me. And so I haven't, as much as you may have noticed if you followed me for a bit. And that's going to change, because I realize it's something that I truly feel called to do. I feel passionate about doing. If you guys are subscribers to my newsletter, you knew that I did a quiz, and I asked some questions, and a lot of you guys said that you wanted more live events. and I want to give them to you, and I really want to do them, and I know that because it is so scary for me and because it feels so vulnerable, both asking for money to help build homes in Nicaragua and just inviting people to show up for whatever $20 it is to my event. It's really nerve-wracking, and I'm done with letting it block me, and I'm done with letting it stop me from doing the things I feel passionate about and I really want to do. And I share this with you candidly because I hope that it inspires you to really think about what is the thing that you are scared to do, but that your soul so sincerely wants. Because I talk to clients all the time and I can hear it. They want it, but they're scared. And I always try to remind them, and I want to remind you that we're all scared. We all have our little points where we get scared. And the difference between the people that really rise to the occasion and the people that don't is knowing that the goodies are on the other side of your comfort zone, right? If there is fear around it, if there is vulnerability around it, there is a gem waiting for you on the other side. And it might not even be the victory you think, but for me, it's whether or not I end up packing a room for my workshop in New York City. It's the fact that I, stood up for what I was really passionate about. Same thing with funding the home. Regardless of how much money I'm able to raise, I stood up for something I was really passionate about, and I put myself out there, and I was vulnerable, and I did something that was really scary and uncomfortable for me. So I hope that this brings something to mind. I'm sure something is coming to mind for you right now. And you're like, oh, I guess it means I should do that thing. And you're probably trying to already think of an excuse not to do it. But I just want to tell you that if you, whatever that thing is that you've thought about, if you push through that, if you push through to the other side, then, there's gold waiting for you. There's so much waiting for you. And life is a series of pushing yourself through to the other side, a series of, feeling that uncomfortability, feeling the vulnerability, and doing it anyway. And that's where all the reward comes, honestly. I think at every level of my career or life, it's been me putting myself in a position that I was a little uncomfortable and I had to grow into. But had I not risked that, had I not put myself out there, and done what I really felt called to do, what I really wanted to do deep down inside, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And so I hope that this inspires you, and I hope you know that we're in this together. I'm gonna include the links below for both my Nicaragua donation page and my New York City workshop that you can also order a recording for if you're not going to be in New York City, because I'm getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and I really know that all the gold is on the other side of being vulnerable and being open and just listening, right? I want to hear from you, though. Tell me, what are you going to do? Where are you going to really say, I'm uncomfortable in this area and I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to challenge myself to do it anyway. Let's all I'll hold the space for you, and let's all hold each other accountable to really showing up and busting through our comfort zone, right? Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you subscribe. I hope you like this video, and I can't wait to read your comments. Mwah! Bye!